welcome you back for another episode of Student Sports Advocacy. Today we are joined by two varsity athletes. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Miles. I've been on varsity for 2 years now, football. I play D-line and a little bit tight end. So, yeah.
My name's Aiden. I've been on varsity football for 3 years, and I play linebacker.
Okay, the first question is, what do you enjoy most about working in your sport?
All right. So, what I enjoy most is being with my team a lot. I would consider myself like a glue guy, locker room guy. I would say what I also like is like kind of just like being a part of the team and like the work that we put in. Because like quarterbacks get all the shine, but like the other guys, we getting doing all the work too. So yeah.
I think one thing on a deeper aspect than the great fun you have is the sense of purpose it gives you. It allows you to have something that motivates you to work hard, get up in the morning, eat right, drink enough water, like take care of yourself, and it gives you a reason to work harder than anyone else who might not be a student athlete.
And from your experience as a student athlete, what are the biggest challenges student athletes face?
I think the biggest challenge is time. We have so much to do every single day between school, training, practice, extracurriculars. It's a lot to manage, and biggest thing we struggle with is we need to get sleep. We need to get homework done, but we still have practice we got to go to. We still have school to go to. We still want to get better. We want to train outside of practice, and managing that can be a struggle with how much you have to do in a day.
Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Time management is, very difficult to have because obviously you got your schoolwork, you got your sports, but then you got your other extracurriculars you do outside of school and like the kind of leisure time that you have. You don't really have that much. I say sleep is also a lot of part too. Yeah.
On the same note, what's one thing that you wish coaches or teachers knew about student athletes, or like how to help them?
I think teachers need to understand that homework has its place, but we need less strict due dates because if you assign homework on a game day, it's not getting done. Like, give us a day or two to get it done because life isn't a strict schedule. Things change, and we need to have the ability to be able to adapt and to be able to work around challenges in our lives.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Like I appreciate teachers that kind of give us extra 1 or 2 days, still be with full credit because I feel like because some of them are also be in the same position. Like yeah, like we have games and homework on the same day, we're not getting that done, and we know that we're trying in that class, not like we're just not doing work. So I just appreciate those teachers that do that.
On that same note, how are you guys balancing academics, athletics, but also that mental health part?
I'll say definitely talking with my family, talking to God too. A lot of that, that helps a lot. Or just talking to like a older person that kind of been through the same thing. Um, yeah, it helps a lot. Just like talking to people.
I think mentally, it's you have to be strong. You have to trust in yourself to make things happen, trust in God to make things happen, and trust in your support system. But to manage physically time is you have to make use of every opportunity you have. When you have downtime in school, don't hop on your phone, do some homework. You have time in between practice and school, get some homework done. It sucks sometimes because you just want to relax, but it makes a difference with consistency in managing sleep, having time to actually do fun things when you can, and not being overloaded with your work.
What is the most rewarding aspect of participating in a sport, or specifically your sport?
The most rewarding aspect is doing great things. Like when you know you've passed an AP class, when you can say that you did that while being, for myself, a defensive player of the year, honoring yourself and showing that you've made an impact in your extracurriculars, but knowing that you are able to do that while doing things for your future, such as getting good grades in hard classes, it's a rewarding feeling knowing that you know you have the discipline, the motivation, and the ability to challenge yourself and to do hard things. And it builds a level of confidence in yourself, knowing that no matter what challenge you might face, you have the ability to change, to adapt, to grow, and having that strength is a big rewarding feeling.
Yeah, I definitely say most rewarding aspect of sports is definitely like looking at how far the school has came and kind of like seeing how much like records and like history that we made here. And it's kind of like because we've only like been here for 3 years and all the like the records that we broken as a team. That's probably the most rewarding.
Okay, how do facilities or access to equipment impact student athlete performance?
Mm. I definitely say, well, we don't really have like the biggest locker room in the world, or not the locker room, gym in the world. But we still operate well because we still have like the tools to use. We might not be doing better like some private schools like Modern Day and stuff that kind of have like more equipment. But I say we definitely still works with the equipment that we got.
I think that's a coaching thing. Like you're not always going to be dealt the best hand, but a good coach can make anything work. And showing that your players who might doubt, like your facilities might doubt how well your program can run, like showing them and proving to them that you can make things happen, that builds confidence, and that's a great thing no matter what facilities you have.
How has accepting and participating in your sport changed your perspective on your everyday
Sorry.
life? I'll repeat. How has accepting and participating in your sport changed your perspective on your everyday life? So, like, how have you been involved? How has that changed the way you view your life or the way you go about your steps in everyday life?
Playing football, doing track, and all that is it makes you take a step back in your everyday life. You have everyone wants everything to go smoothly, to have fun, but sometimes you have to understand that you're gonna face a challenge that you've never been ready for. And playing a sport where you're fighting for a position, where you're playing teams that are bigger, faster, stronger, it's it makes you take a step back and understand what is constant in your life, what has your character held you to, and what can that continue to hold you to and allow you to accomplish. Because in sports, it's like a trial run for life. How ready are you to adapt? How willing are you to do things when no one's watching, when it gets hard? And that's the kind of perspective you want to take in everyday life is the idea of hard work and being ready to just change.
I definitely say how it's like changed how I like view life or want to go by life is like I see myself playing sports like after high school. I'll say that. Also, it's kind of just like gave me like the tools and like the social skills of like being in the real world, stuff like that. Yeah, I say it helps a lot.
How or would you say that your team creates a safe environment that supports each other?
I'll say yeah. I feel like yeah, we're gonna have like some clicks here and there, but I feel like everybody supports each other at the end of the day. And if someone's down, we're always trying to help each other up. Yeah.
How has your experience participating in multiple sports shaped your competition mindset?
Competing in different sports shows you that life isn't just a one dimensional plane. The difference between football and track is football's a team sport. Track, you're kind of almost on your own when you're competing. Track is putting up numbers and in your one event. Football is like performing through a 60-minute game with your team. And wait, what was it?
That was so good.
That's all I was
How has participating in multiple sports changed your competition mindset?
Okay. Think you edit that? Okay. And it changes your mindset of competition through the fact that you know that not every competition is going to be the same, and it allows you to prepare yourself for any challenges that you face because competition breeds success, and I think facing a multitude of differing types of competition helps you have tools and access to a multitude of different types of success.
I definitely say because as a person who used to play basketball and football, I would say definitely you could be more aggressive in football and not that more aggressive in basketball. I feel like that's kind of where the mindset changes because like football, you're here like to be violent. Basketball's kind of just like be fast and be like your own person. But I say the teamwork aspect of it is still there because no one man can win a game in either sport. But yeah, I say that's like the biggest difference.
Kind of piggybacking off the question about what you wished coaches could understand about athletes. Did participating as a student athlete ever change your perspective on your coaches and what they do?
Oh, definitely. I would say getting to know them was definitely kind of that would help give an idea who they are. Um, yeah, I would say like yeah, but also like because I've had a coach and be my teacher at the same time, so I see how like they're different. That kind of like the coach mindset and then that's teacher mindset. So yeah, I've seen both sides.
Um, I think before you play a sport, your perspective on a coach who you see in a video yell or make them do some crazy workout, you think like I can never do that sport or that coach is crazy. But when you actually play under that coach and you learn the system, it's you realize they don't push you so hard just because they want to win. They want to build you as a person. You're young, you're immature, and these coaches have faced trials and tribulations that you've never even considered. And so I think it's just having a level of trust as a student athlete, knowing that you don't know everything, and just trusting that coaches, they don't know everything either, but they have a better sense of what they're doing in a professional aspect.
I think it's so important, like Miles said, to get to know your coaches as people and not just as um, mentors to listen to, but also that you can like converse with and especially learn from.
As important as coaches are in the sport, I think a safe environment is also very important, and team camaraderie and getting to know everyone around you. Is there anything specific that you do to create a safe environment with the people around you?
Oh, I definitely like get to know one another. I remember like this year and like 2 years ago, I would make like lineman feasts, kind of just like have the linemen kind of get to know each other more, like team bonding. Team bonding helps a lot. Um, it goes a long way. So I say like that team bonding aspect of it.
Um, I know not every sport has like a locker room, but locker room culture matters. Like leaders in a locker room need to understand when to have fun. People build so many bonds just in their conversations and the fun that happens when no one else is there. When there's a time before a game and they can just have some fun, be together, and having a good locker room culture where people can make fun of each other in a fun way or teach other people things builds so much trust in your team, knowing that you've been together through things and being able to just realize that that's just another person. That's my friend. Let's have some fun. And that's something I think is great.
Um, have you noticed any changes in the athletic environment since you first became a student athlete at King?
I say, I'll say yeah. I feel like there's more teachers involved. There's more of more student impact as well. Because when we just got here, it was like I was just thinking it's gonna be like a football school and stuff like that. Like only like students really care about football. But I see like more and more kids like going to like basketball games, soccer games, and other like sporting events. I think like that aspect of it of getting people involved in ASB helps a lot too with kids like getting involved with students. I'll say that too. Yeah.
When you first start, I think everything's intimidating and change the our school I think has helped change that. We've had teachers and coaches who've made it kind of less intimidating to try something, to commit to something. And I think our school's on a good trend of showing that you might not think you're good at something, but you might as well try. You never know what can happen.
So, as a flag football athlete, we don't get a lot of support with it, with our sport and people coming out. Do you think that student athletes on campus would benefit from having an athlete student body?
Yes, I say that helps a lot. it kind of just like lights a fire under you. Like all these people are here, let me show out. That definitely helps. So yeah.
I think it's definitely important with how hard life can get sometimes. It's good to know that someone cares about you and that like you have a constant reminder that there is support for you. Because sometimes you don't want support from coaches who you're with all the time. Sometimes you need someone from outside who can show you some support and show you that your world isn't just your sport.
How has the way mental health was handled changed over the years in sports specifically?
I would say I can manage it well, like by myself. I think that comes with like age too. It's kind of just that. But I'll say like since being a student athlete for 3 years now, it's kind of just gave me like time to see, okay, I can't do this while I'm in sports. I can't do that, and kind of just like how to develop off of that. So,
I think the way it's been handled has changed a lot recently. Because before, I think sports had that mentality of be tougher, rub some dirt in it, get over it. But recently, like more recently, we've had conversations with coaches. There's coaches are having more deeper conversations, and people have been reached out to more on the idea that like your mental health matters a lot more than people used to think, and that we have to take care of it because just as you train your body, just as you train your diet and you take care of all that, you take care of your mental health because it's another important part of your life that will affect everything else too.
Also, how would you say that depth in uh, emotion affects your performance?
I say I don't play well when I'm emotional. I feel like I'm a lot. My head is not where I'm at. It's like in the game where it should be. Um, yeah, I say that.
Having a good performance, a bad performance, a good practice, a bad practice, or anything in your life that can affect your mood and emotions changes your play style a lot between how you want to play out there. Do you want to play fun, aggressive, or do you want to be loopy and make mistakes? But I think that's what creates the difference between a good athlete and a great athlete is your ability to reset your mind and understand that in a game type situation, you need to focus and you need to set yourself to a mindset of being constant no matter the changes or things you might go through.
From the sounds you face.
As athletes, you guys have faced many different challenges and gone through many adversities and grown from that. What specific instances can you recall that has made you grow as an athlete?
I'll definitely say getting injured this year kind of strained my shoulder. I think that definitely um was kind of like a bump in the road because yeah.
Um, like a smaller challenge was definitely injury. I sprained a knee. I've hurt both shoulders. And it teaches you like patience in the fact that you want to be out there playing so much that you almost hurt yourself more. And it kind of teaches you that sometimes you have to take a step back and refocus and understand that there's bigger goals than just the small ones. But a bigger challenge, I think, has been the whole idea of being undersized and that aspect that um, you're not always going to be the best fit for something. You're not going to be predisposed to being the best athlete, being the smartest person there. But being in that position has taught me the idea that you don't have to be the best one there. You just have to be willing to work harder than the best one there. And that's helped me throughout life.
Yeah, I'll probably say like to just add off of that. Yeah, definitely like early stages of my career, probably like freshman year, wasn't really getting that much playing time. That just made me like really motivate myself more into like perfecting my craft more. And so yeah, that was another big part.
Yeah, I wanted to add because, like you guys, I faced many injuries. Like coming off this flag football season, I missed over half of our season my junior year for ankle surgery, and still getting back, still not 100%. So I think it's really important athletes' injuries and getting back, but also the mental aspect of it. So, yeah.
I think that really lets your passion shine through and shows how much you're willing to work for to do what you love. So next question is, how has taking part in athletics affected your time at King, and would you recommend involvement in sports to people considering trying out?
Oh, definitely. I'll say like sports is fun because especially if you like struggle like talking to people or like kind of just like being involved or kind of like shy because I was shy before I like started sports, so it kind of like helped me get out of my shell more and maybe when talking to a guy I say definitely do consider sports because also like winning's fun and all that, but like also like the aspect of like being involved in something is also great.
Yeah, joining a sport allows you to do more than just play. You meet a ton of new people, you go through so many different new experiences, and I think it just allows you to find yourself as a person a lot more than if you just don't do anything.
What is the impact or importance of community on a team?
I say the impact is like there's not a lot of like divide in the team more because once you're have like a community, you kind of have that base of like that baseline set. Like, okay, we're not gonna go turn back on each other. We're not gonna hate each other, and that kind of like builds a team more. And I feel like more teams succeed having that factor in their presence.
And I think that that community part also helps with the mental health aspect of knowing that there's always a community you can rely on and fall back on that will always help you. So it makes you feel like you're not alone in whatever you do.
Do you feel as though you benefit from people attending your games or meets as spectators?
I think so because it kind of like builds that kind of connection. Because I like see people that like ask me in the halls like, "Oh, you gonna do good today? How much you gonna get?" And then like they come out and stuff and like support. So that also helps because like it's kind of like an additional drive because you want to do good in front of your friends and family. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I think having people there makes a big difference in like making you realize it's all worth it. Like I had a few big TFLs at home against Corona, against Great Oak, against Pauley, and making a big varsity play and hearing the crowd of people that you know are your community exploding and feeling that support and having that fun makes you realize that no matter how much work it took, all the sacrifices that you made and the amount of work that you put in was all worth it for this moment.
Is competition on a team healthy and to what extent? Especially in football, because you guys have a lot of competition
yeah.
for getting that starting spot and that roster spot.
I'll definitely say I've been I've been a part of both sides, kind of just like competition being good and competition being bad. Like sometimes like competition is good is like um how if there's good like people that you're going against and like how you two go about it and kind of just helping each other up in the process because the best man go win. Kind of the bad parts and be like, oh yeah, he not nothing to me and kind of getting fights into that stuff. So I've been through both, but I'll definitely say it's gotten better through time.
Um, we have a saying that competition breeds success. Like iron sharpens iron. We understand that the best teams are full of the best athletes who all want that starting spot, who all want to play, and they're trying to one up each other. They're working harder and harder every day, making each other better athletes. But also, it can't get to a personal level. When it gets personal, it breaks team morale, it breaks that locker room culture. So the competition is extremely important, but it has to stay a professional level of competition.
So, as football players, I know you guys have a lot of stuff that you guys do to help you with your games. I know you guys will like write verses or sayings on your wrist or your back plate. What is something that has stuck with you for all your games that you always do or like use for your sports?
I'll say I'll every year that I've had a back play, I've put like RP to my grandma because she was a big part of like my football. Because yeah, she was just a big part of it, and I always just write like a verse um on my back play too to just like remind me that God's with me that we're doing it for Him, that give Him all the glory. So yeah, I'll just say those are like two things that always stick with me.
Yeah, I think the popularity behind it is that it reminds you of what you're doing, and it motivates you. Like I put "Love you, mom and dad" on mine. I keep it simple because I want to remember that all my hard work is because they work hard to give me opportunities. So I want to pay them back. But also, what we learned from this event we went to in San Bernardino with Sammy Knight is that if you put something on your wrist, like I plan to put AL on my wrist next year because my goal is all league. And it's something to keep you grounded in the midst of a crazy game when you don't know what to feel, when you might have had a really good play or a really bad play. You want something constant that keeps you mentally grounded and keeps you at a stable level to make you perform, that allows you to perform better no matter what happens.
Yeah, I think that's awesome having like kind of a physical representation of what you want your game to look like or your goals.
What's one message that you want other student athletes to hear?
Just focus. Just focus on like your school and your sports, like everything. Like you might be at like rock bottom, some could say, but like if you just like trust in yourself and put more focus in your sport, everything's gonna be all right.
Um, it's gonna suck. A lot of your life is gonna suck. You're gonna question why you're doing it. Is it worth doing? But the only thing that's constant is your character. You have to hold true to your character. Know who you are. Stay committed to what you commit to. You have to be strong no matter how bad it gets. Stay committed to it. Work hard and enjoy the suffering because it'll only make you a better person.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in to the next episode.
See you later.